and welcome to a new 22nd episode of Noise with Ivan. It's a nice, cool, chilly morning for me here today. I didn't make one earlier this week. I've been very, very busy. I actually meant to show some CDs that I put together, but I can just mention them. But that was the beginning of this week. It was a whole lot of that, and then it's been a lot of mixing and mastering since then. So that I hope um, that you guys are all enjoying everything that's coming out. Um, Roll the intro. Yeah. Okay. Metadata is one of the most fun parts of this noise music because I don't. It's one of the most fun parts of noise music or being a esoteric music listener, right? When we talk about esoteric, we're not talking about an album here and there. We're talking about a iceberg, the beneath the iceberg types of music. I like to do computer work. Okay. So the things I made this week, I may have mentioned I had two 15-hour shifts of, it's not, you can call it shift, but I was burning CDs for 15 hours straight for 2 days. Burning CDs for 15 hours is not working for 15 hours. It is sitting around and waiting for 15 hours for the next CD and the next CD and the next CD. And this is the result of that. Granted, there's probably another stack about this big that's um in my other boxes, but it's like it doubled the stock that I have. It was an insane amount of stuff that I had put off doing for a while. One of the things that I used to do, and I've got a few more that I'll probably do, and then I need to stop, is these Source physical only harsh noise walls and improv editions. That's number 39. This is number 40. I think it's 40. Yeah. This is number 41. And 41 is where I've gotten to with those. There's 41 of them. Okay? And what that was just me. I don't know if I've mentioned it on here, probably not shown them or talked about them on here. It was kind of just me making a bunch of noise for a long time. I did a few Contrite Heart releases, and then I started making the Source releases, and then I started making releases, like releasing singles under my own name. I should probably go back to Contrite Heart. And I'm working on stuff now. I'm working on a bigger project now, and hopefully I'm going to be able to keep doing the Ivan Reich release single every day on Tuesday. I've been trying to do a release every Tuesday, a single every Tuesday. On Spotify, check those out. The last few ones were the ones that I did were Fall Like Ixion, Hanging On by a Thread, and the Wisdom demo. That Wisdom demo is what I'm going to be putting that toward an overall album. So I have multiple things. I've been working on that track more. I just released it because I'm doing a release every Tuesday, and I'm kind of pushing that forward, along with a few other things. So it's just as I work on that album, there are other ideas that I have and other um, little seeds of other projects, and there are plenty of people within the community that are looking to collaborate, that need help with their albums, and I'm very interested in doing that, as opposed to burning CDs all day long. I honestly would like to get a duplicator. All that time that I spent knowing that I had releases to do, that I had a Noise with Ivan to make, all that time that I spent just trying to get these CDs done on time could have been used for other things. Um, if I just had a duplicator. Um, and then I could put all these. But before I show these, I'll mention we have Life is Suffering, which is the Disfigured Robot Child side project. Very good. Available for pre-order. You can get a cassette if you like cassettes. You can get a Pro CDR if you like this kind of thing, but maybe a little bit nicer, printed disc, and as opposed to the card inside, it's like with a plastic sleeve. It's just a jacket cover on it. Um, that's what those releases will be like. Those will be done by Kunaki as opposed to these right here. Hailing Her Heavens, we got to do a couple Sado Rituals releases, Hailing Her Heavens and Cherubim, which is actually a Sado Rituals release, which are some just fantastic harsh noise walls. I'm really excited to put them out, and I think that that's most of what Not of the Flesh should be doing. I can put a Contrite Heart release out as much as I want, or my own stuff out as much as I want. I can make my own stuff, but I have to get his permission, and I had to bug him and bug him and bug him. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll tell you when you can do it eventually, but he was not budging ever since we did Bear Pills on the label. I couldn't get him to put anything else on there. But we finally got some of his stuff out there, and I'm hoping for more. I also put my single Famished, which is mainstream. It's on Spotify and stuff like that. But I also went ahead and uploaded it for Militant Liturgy. But I put it on a CD. I'm not sure that he's gonna. Like I said, I'm more for the DIY type of thing. He is not. He likes professional stuff. Uh, so I might not get away with releasing that on Not of the Flesh. You may just have to ask me, just like the Source releases, or it can be kind of a bonus. That's how a lot of people got those Source physical only harsh noise and improv releases, just because I sent it along with other stuff. I listened to some stuff this week. I'll get my phone out. That I was gonna mention. It was a lot of No Rent releases. Vanessa Rossetto, Fashion Tape. Just a cool, clean, great. Not cool and clean or great. It's noise music. But it is great. She uses a lot of vocal samples. You may have seen me wearing the T-shirt for Adult Contemporary. And those recordings of people talking, I don't know who is talking. I don't know how they're finding these people. And yeah, there's no description. I was hoping that I could find some information. But yeah, no. And No Rent, I mean, it's not super common for them to put a release out. I mean, it's not super common. They're not putting out tapes like they used to. There used to be a lot more of it. But No Rent was one of the first labels that I knew of that was a noise one and that I listened to a lot. And it was the first one that I ever bought the full Bandcamp discography from. So I was always listening to crazy stuff on No Rent. Um, but Vanessa Rosetto, as I was saying, I can only say same thing with Jason Groomer. They're people that I used to listen to really often. Um, and I wish I listened to them more. Vanessa Rosetto is supremely artistic and supremely um, diverse and very tasteful. It's not just expression. That's what's good. That's what I like. It's a combination of context and expression. When you have those, when you have people saying things and expressing things, you get a combination of what is this person talking about, what context clues, and what kind of meditation can I gather from this statement of this person talking, combined with the expressive aspect of the noise and sound involved, or surrounding it. That's what makes the Vanessa Rosetto tapes very valuable, and you can tell that I like projects like that because of projects like Velvet and the way that that worked with slavery in general. Slavery had a lot of me talking on it, but and I think that Vanessa Rosetto is very has a lot to do with that. I wish that I listened to her more. I've gotten very used to listening to um, Harsh Noise Walls and and things kind of in our like just well one good thing is that it's my friends who I listen to, people that I know, and people who we release. But that's the problem with a label. Your ears are always busy. You listen to a few albums a day uh, when you're doing a label. But also, I listen to stuff for this specifically. So it's um so I have reason to listen to what I want to listen to. It should be stuff that I'm going to be able to talk about, and she's one of those artists that I can definitely talk about. Fradixon, Frataxin, Frataxin. Uh, Another No Rent release, very harsh. Just the beginning. I don't want to play too much of it because I don't know. I don't think there'll be a copyright issue. Um, mm. And that's one of the recommendations that I've had with Noise with Ivan. Can you please add samples of the music? And I think I should just. Oh, I have an idea. I think I should just. Well, what I think I should do is I should just add noise in the background of me talking. So, there's no music at the beginning, then the intro, and then there's kind of like a noise bed in the background so that you can enjoy noise as we're having our conversation. And like I said, I made 41 in the past couple months. I made 41 CDs of Harsh Noise Walls and Improv, so I could be doing the same thing that I did with Source for this. It's a big idea that I just had that I'm telling you as I'm having it. But yeah, this is a very rough. The art, how good is that art? But um, very rough, very out of my comfort zone, as well as Gagu Improvisations 2010. Um, yeah, just as I was listening to all these No Rent releases, they're so far from my comfort zone. And Mass Graven Image, check out the pre-order. Um, and Life is Suffering. Also Sado Rituals. Who I mean I listen to this kind of stuff all the time, but there's a whole nother. I think the New York scene, the like kind of East Coast noise scene, which is where I am. I should be involved in it. I'm not. Um, yeah, because we have like Transgrinder and all kinds of stuff going on in New York. They have the radio station on WNYU, Caveman. So there are a lot of artists, and also there's a lot of stores. There's a scene. There's a scene in New York for noise, as opposed to the scene that I'm involved in, which is just practically an internet scene, but yeah, all over the world, with Polish artists and which for the diversity that I've experienced with music has been much stronger, but um, that harshness is something that the harshness of where I am, uh, of the music where I am, isn't really something that I'm used to, which is odd and off-putting. Another one that I listen to is Alcohol Induced Psychosis from Sado Rituals. Not Harsh Noise Wall. It is chaotic harsh noise, which is cool. Um, well, I don't know. It's tagged ambient noise wall, doom noise wall, harsh noise wall. Maybe I'm wrong about that. There's a lot more movement. It wasn't consistent. But that's from 2021. That's old. I've listened to a lot of stuff from now. This was long long before I knew him.